Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peter's Reality TV Recaps and Opinions! Better known as, and that's my opinion, Boost with Peter Mon. So tell me what you want, what you really want. I have so many videos to make over on this channel. So today I was like, do I do the Bachelor in Paradise one? Do I do the Vanderpump Rules one? Do I do the Southern Hospitality one? I don't know what to do. So I'm going to talk about Vanderpump Rules, and I'm also talk about Southern Hospitality. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, there are many shows that I'm watching from the beginning all the way through to catch up when the new season starts, right? Okay. So I had never watched 1,000 Pound Sisters. So I binge watched all 4 seasons, and it just started this week, right? So if you want to go back and see what I thought about 1,000 Pound Sisters, go back and watch my last video, because that was coverage of 1,000 Pound Sisters. I'll be covering that as the season progresses, any of the controversies, anything that comes up with that. Okay, so that was that, right? And then I started watching Southern Hospitality. And I kind of very quickly realized it was the same formula as Vanderpump Rules. So let me make this very clear. Okay, now when I started watching Southern Hospitality, I got my friends Nikki and Mel to watch it too, but they both thought it was so bad that they stopped watching it. And I did too for a while, okay? Because I just thought, like, this is just like, the people really aren't that interesting. It's really not that great. The show is kind of corny. I'm not interested in these people. I'm not even interested in the bar owner. Not interested in the people, their storylines, none of it, okay? Now, here's the thing. My husband has watched Vanderpump Rules from the very beginning, okay? From the very beginning, okay? And so I've watched it here and there. Like, I know the Stasis and the Sheenas and the Kristens, and I know all of them, okay? The Raquels and the Sandovals and the Scandovals and the Schwartz. I know enough about what's happened, okay? The Arianas and all that kind of stuff. I may not know about a Laura Lee, okay, until I just watched season 1. I don't think nobody knows who Laura Lee is. Alex was walking through when I was watching it, because he's watched every episode probably twice, and he's like, that girl is crazy. I'm like, well, she got in a movie with Jennifer Aniston, so she's not that crazy, okay? But then I Google searched that Laura Lee girl. She ain't done a whole lot since that We're the Millers, or We're with the Millers, or whatever that movie is, you know? But anyway, so, you know, I know Peter and all that kind of stuff. We've been to the restaurant in LA and all that kind of stuff. And so I knew who all these people, I've even been to that Tom Tom. Is it still even open? I don't even know about all that. But my husband watches it. So from time to time, I'd be sitting there, you know, doing other stuff, and I would be watching it too. But I haven't watched it consistently to know all the storylines, right? Like, I know Jax and Brittany and all the ups and downs, and if they left, you know, got fired or whatever happened off that show. Now they're not on the show anymore, and we just watched them on House of Villains and all this kind of stuff. So I knew the Jax and the cheating allegations, all that stuff, but I didn't know, like, in depth about them. Like, you could, if you asked me, like, I could maybe pass a multiple choice test or true or false, but I couldn't do a fill-in, if that makes sense, okay? So I have started watching season 1 of Vanderpump Rules. Now, Vanderpump Rules, a new season, comes out January 30th, okay? Now, for all of you that don't know nothing about Vanderpump Rules and you lived in a cave for the last year, the last season of Vanderpump Rules was huge, okay? The whole Scandoval thing came out with, you know, Sandoval cheating, Tom Sandoval cheating and all that kind of stuff. It's huge, okay? It's like a huge deal. Which is kind of interesting to me, and watching like it from season 1, and now I'm like on the 3rd or 4th episode of season 2. Like that, like there's a lot of cheating that goes on this show, right? I mean, Jax got like a whole girl pregnant in Las Vegas. Later comes out and says that he didn't get her pregnant. See, this is where I don't want to say stuff about a one I'm watching, because people be like, well, on season 4, episode 3, which you haven't watched it. No, I'm only on season 2, okay? Listen, don't grade me on calculus when I'm on algebra 1, okay? That's all I got to say. So I go in and I start watching Vanderpump Rules, and I'm like real in love with it. I'm binging, right? And I'm watching it left and right. Got lots of thoughts about it. And so I'm sure my thoughts will change through the seasons. Like, I can remember watching it with Alex, and to be honest with you, I never really liked Stassi. I guess she runs podcasts now, and she's married and got kids and all that kind of stuff. And I never really liked Kristen. I thought she was boring. I never knew Frank from season 1, but man, I saw his true intentions right away, okay? So anyway, I didn't know about all that kind of stuff. And to be honest with you, I was saying to my husband the other night, I was like, I didn't even know that Jax and Stassi dated. He was like, how did you not know that? I was like, I didn't watch the show religiously like you did, okay? But I knew that Southern Hospitality was coming out on December 17th. which is tomorrow. The new season of Southern Hospitality was coming out December 17th, tomorrow. And I remember that because December 17th is my sobriety birthday. If I make it to midnight tonight, I will have been sober for 29 years. I'm so excited. I think we're going to make it. We don't borrow time in recovery, which is why I say that, right? So, by the way, I just want to say that watching Laura Lee go to her recovery meeting in the first season of Vanderpump Rules, number one, is a complete violation of any traditions of any 12-step program. Number two, just to make this clear for anybody, that was not a 12-step, I mean, like, I was so, like, that, the way that 12-step meeting was ran was so bizarre, like, calling on people like it was group therapy and all that. I've never been to a 12-step meeting that was ran that way, which talked about, like, substance of your choice. I've never been to a meeting that way. I don't know if that was, like, a made-up meeting for the TV show. Listen, Linda, I'm telling you right now, as somebody that has been active in a 12-step program, okay, for the, you know, for a very, very long time, has a sponsor, has a home group, all that kind of stuff. That was not the real deal. I can spot it a mile away in a TV show, a movie, or a book when they got people that are writing on the show that are in recovery. I remember years ago watching that show, The Killing, on AMC, and then they finished it up on the Netflix. And one of the detectives was supposedly in a 12-step program, and they showed the meetings, and the meetings were like exactly like how 12-step meetings were. I was like, yep, somebody on this show that's writing is in recovery, or they went to meetings or did their research, because like they really know what they're talking about. Like Single Drunk Female on Hulu, that's the real deal, okay? The way that girl is sponsored is the real deal. The way the meetings are shown, that they have people that are in recovery writing for that show. You can tell. If you're in recovery and you watched, if you're in recovery, you know what I'm talking about, okay? That meeting that Laura Lee went to in LA, that was a fake ass meeting. I don't know what that meeting was. I don't know if it was made up for the TV show, or I don't know what kind of meeting that was, but that wasn't no real 12-step meeting. I'm telling you that right now. But anyway, so I'm watching Vanderpump Rules. I got in about halfway through season 1, and I knew that Southern Hospitality, I'd watched like 1 or 2 episodes, and I was like, this is kind of like a clearance rack Vanderpump Rules, right? And I wasn't real interested in it. I didn't think none of the people had great personalities. I wasn't really that interested in it. So I go back, and I'm like sitting there, I'm halfway through Vanderpump Rules, and I thought, you know what, I think maybe I'll give Southern Hospitality another try. It comes out December 17th, right? So I start binge watching Southern Hospitality. Baby, I was so hooked on that show. I got so hooked on that show, Southern Hospitality. I don't know when it was. I think it was when they all went because Maddie's dad got them to go to that NASCAR race or something like that. I got so hooked on that show. I am like so invested in all of those people now, okay? And I'll tell you what right now, it is so interesting when you watch like a reality show from the very beginning, and you are somebody that has watched reality TV for a very long time, and you can tell like, I mean, like Ramona singers, like Real Housewives of New York, okay, they might be evil, nasty people, but you can tell people that are made for reality TV. Like watching the 1,000 Pound Sisters, like Amy and Tammy, they're made for reality TV, okay? Kenya Moore, made for reality TV, okay? You can just tell right away who's made for reality TV. So I'm watching this show, and it's interesting because the whole show is kind of around Maddie, and I'm like, Maddie's kind of boring, okay? Like, she's okay, and, you know, she's been cheated on and all this kind of stuff, but, like, she's not that, like, she's okay, like, she's a pretty girl and all that kind of stuff, but her story's not that interesting. And at first, that Grace Lilly, I was like, oh, I don't know that I can deal with this girl, okay? She's like in a car being like, yes, girl, you got it, looking in her mirror because she loves herself so much. She's kind of like the girl you love to hate, but then you end up falling in love with her. Like, she's like one of my favorite people now, that's Grace Lilly, okay? And then you got this Joe Bradley on there, who's a VIP host out the front. And this guy's got more personality than anybody else on the entire show besides Grace Lilly, okay? And he is another one that's reality TV gold, okay? The rest of them are so kind of boring on the show and stuff like that. The new guy that just came on, the Oisin or whatever his name is, it's from like Brazil and worked in Tulum or whatever. He's real interesting and stuff like that too, but even his personality isn't that great. Now, TJ, the bartender, that's gay, and his whole storyline, like, I like him a lot. Like, I wish they would show more about him, because it's interesting to me seeing him in that group of people, right? And, like, I think he's got a story to tell. And he is shady, girl, shady. He's going to make for good reality TV, but he's going to have to get himself in a scandal first. So that might be coming this season. So listen, I have to tell you, I am completely obsessed with it. And I was so excited because I was like, oh, I got totally caught up on the show. And now I got 2 weeks because it's coming out on the 17th, right? Tomorrow. So I get to the very last episode and it goes in, it says season 2, episode 1. And I'm like, oh no, man, this doesn't come out till the 17th. And I'm getting a sneak peek. Well, it came out on the 7th, not the 17th. And I did not know that. So of course I had to stay up super late that night and watch season 2, episode 1. I just this week watched episode 2. Y'all, I'm telling you, you are sleeping on Southern Hospitality. Southern Hospitality is literally the new Vanderpump Rules. It is the exact same model as Vanderpump Rules, okay? And it's on the East Coast, you know, and it's like, what's it, Charleston, Charlotte, I think it's in Charleston or whatever. But anyway, it is the same exact concept, okay, as Vanderpump Rules. Y'all are sleeping on it that love Vanderpump Rules. You need to be watching Southern Hospitality. If you start binge watching this season, listen, you will become obsessed with it. True story, okay? You'll get obsessed with at least, she calls herself G. Lily, Grace Lily. She loves herself so much. This girl, I mean, so anyway, last week I was dogging the show. Now I'm in love with the show. Okay, then I finished season 1 of Vanderpump Rules, and I'm like, I'm like so into this too. I'm like, people are yelling, people are having total mental breakdowns in the restaurant. Kristen's in everybody else's business and can't keep her business straight, but I already know, okay, that Sandoval's done dated 423 people since he and Kristen broke up. And I remember like some episode down the road where they're having like a car wash or something, and Kristen got fired from Sir, and so she's now walking down the street and all the girls are being mean girls to her and stuff. I never liked Kristen from the very beginning, I can tell you that right now. She's whiny, too whiny, okay? She would not be in my life. I'd be like, girl, you need to pull it together a little bit, okay? You're too whiny, always constantly complaining about something, all that kind of stuff. I don't think none of these people deserve to be cheated on, trust me, okay? I'm not saying none of them deserve to be cheated on. Cheated on. I don't care what those guys' excuses are, okay? Or gals' excuses or whatever happens. They ought to just call this show Cheaters 2.0 because they're all just a bunch of cheaters. It's like I say about 90 Day Fiancé. They should just call that show Liars. Liars, 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 pants on fire. Because all the people lie to each other before they come to the United States or go visit them in Moldova, Russia, and then they find out all this stuff about people, and then they wonder why them people don't want to be with them no more. Well, because you saved your biggest secret to tell them when they got here, okay? Why would you tell somebody? Why would you wait till that person that you know has a strict Catholic background, okay? This is where people say, I don't, like, oh, you have a hate boner for all these people you talk about on your drama channel. See, I get just as heated to talk about reality TV, okay? Explain to me why you know, okay, that you are a witchy poo practicing person, okay, that does tarot card readings and saging houses and all that kind of stuff, which, listen, I can get behind all that. I love a good psychic medium, okay? But you know the person you are marrying is a devout Catholic from Ecuador, okay? And you're going to say that you're a witchy poo person until the moment that they get here, okay? And then you get pissed off because they're making fun of you, saying that you are not a real brouhaha or whatever, like bruja, okay, witch. And you think you are such a witchy poo, and now you're pissed, but you don't save this for your devout Catholic, and you don't understand why they don't trust you, okay? And you're pissed about that. Girl, make this make sense to me. And it's every person on 90 Day Fiancé, okay? Every person on 90 Day Fiancé. They always save their biggest secret till the very end. And then they wonder why the person don't want to be with them no more, okay? It makes no sense to me. So anyway, watching all this kind of stuff. So now I'm on season 2 of Vanderpump Rules, okay? I'm living for this show. Trust, I'm going to get all these seasons done. I think there's 42 seasons or something of Vanderpump Rules before January 30th. But trust, I'm going to get these seasons done, okay? I'm going to catch up. Listen, I'm going to be knowing about the Scandavals and the Shandavals and the Stasivals, and I'm going to be knowing about all of it, okay? I'm already Google searching what are they doing. Peter Mandrigal, where is he at? Still working at Sir today. Why is he not like at the reunions and stuff? Is he at the reunions later? Why is he not a big part of it? He's actually the only person. I think he was bartending at Tom Tom when we went to Tom Tom with some of Alex's friends to eat. I think he was the only person from the show that was there, and he was there that night because Alex was like, there's Peter. And I was like, oh, no, I'm right here, girl. And he was like, no, Peter. I don't call my husband girl, first of all. But he was like, no, Peter from Vanderpump Rules. And so I turn around. By the way, that restaurant, is it still open, Tom Tom? Here, I need to look that up real quick. We'll look it up later. But anyway, somebody put it in the comment section below, and then I don't have to Google it. My hands get tired from Googling so much stuff, you know. But anyway, woes of the world. So, But what was I going to say? That restaurant is beautiful. So I got a lot of catching up to do. I got a lot of things to say. If you want me to do a video of all of my thoughts about season 1 of Vanderpump Rules, put it in the comment section below. But I will tell you this. Y'all are sleeping on Southern hospitality. It's going to heat up. It's going to get good. It's going to be the new Vanderpump Rules. Trust. Okay? Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.